Hello, welcome back to Inside the Storm. I'm your host Zane, and today we've got a great show lined up for you. We're going to be hitting all the major talking points from the Storm's huge win against Heidelberg Stars at home, as well as previewing the next round against Lara, talking about the rest of the season, hearing from some of the squad and Rex on their expectations for the upcoming games, as well as their thoughts on the game that just passed. Let's get straight into it. Round 8 saw the team take on Heidelberg Stars at home, a huge clash. Obviously, the Stars coming in with some really good form. They've made some coaching changes on their own, so definitely a very tough game. That was the expectation going into the game. Obviously, a couple of the players from that team were also familiar to the squad. A couple of the players had played there in previous seasons, so the expectation was it would be an extremely difficult game, ignoring the fact that obviously they were also in extremely good form, having won 3 games in a row. Playing them at home did give a slight benefit to the Storm, but the expectation all around was this would be an extremely challenging game. And obviously the Storm coming in on a poor run of form, having lost 6 games in a row, definitely the expectation was that this was a great chance to reshift the narrative around the season and the position for the Storm and where they currently were, or where they were before the game. Obviously sitting second bottom, being on a run of really bad form, and what a potential win could do to changing the momentum, the trajectory of the season, but also the confidence around the squad, which definitely took a hit after losing so many games in a row, despite the strong performances. Obviously the week before, losing 1-0, being down to 10 men and playing almost 80 minutes with 10 men and still putting in such a strong performance definitely had the confidence at a higher point than it has been throughout the season. And ultimately the goal was just get a result, get a win, and see how the team can progress from here. And obviously that was exactly what happened in really dramatic fashion. The first goal, or the first half itself, was definitely very cagey. The first 30 minutes, both teams kind of feeling each other out, not really offering many clear-cut chances, but just kind of vying for dominance. You saw two teams who really like to play with possession, control, kind of battle it out, which resulted in a really balanced game on all ends, especially in the attacking quadrants of the pitch, with not many chances created, definitely not many clear-cut chances created, at least, and more just possession and control. And you kind of saw that in how the game was building up. It kind of felt like the second half would really explode. And that's exactly what happened, because the second half was far more open, more end-to-end. The first goal for the Storm comes in the 44th minute. The captain, Blue, who was actually playing as a striker in the game, gambles and gets a bit fortuitous as the opposition goalkeeper misreads the flight of the ball. The ball falls to Blue's feet, and from that kind of range, any quality striker is just going to put it away into an empty net, basically. And that's exactly what he did. And that definitely felt like warranted, because while there wasn't many big chances, I think the Storm definitely had the better opportunities, as we saw with Nick's chance, which he was unlucky not to put away, and a couple of half chances that maybe on another day go in. So going in 1-0 definitely felt like the deserved result for the first half, and kind of a reward for the balance of play itself. And that was definitely the sentiment at halftime from the coaching staff and Rex specifically, and in encouraging the boys that they had deserved to be in front, and definitely that the result was in sight. And that's what we saw in the second half as well. Most of the pressure was one way. The Stars were really reduced to not having many chances, and credit's due. The one chance that they had was what they took, and it was a brilliant finish near the 56th minute to level up. A absolutely wonderful strike. And that's when I think the team was challenged the most in terms of really having their character questioned, because if that game finishes 1-1, or if that game turns into a loss, then just the momentum and all the kind of positivity around the squad, despite the results, really crumbles. And that's why it was so important to end up getting a result, and that winning goal came in probably the most dramatic fashion you can imagine, a corner in the 93rd minute, and a goal from Yunus after a little bit of chaos in the box. Yunus came on as a super sub, and the game really changed when he came on, and his influence and his stature really helped to kind of seal that and fashion a lot of chances. But that win definitely felt like justice on the balance of play. It was probably deserved, and for the last 6 weeks and the amount of uh, minute details that have gone against the Storm, it felt warranted that a little bit of luck would come for. And after a little bit of chaos in the box, Eunice, who was the most composed in that situation, just calmly slaughtered it away. And that's what you get sometimes. That's the kind of luck that you sometimes need. And the Storm was able to see it out, get a huge 2-1 win, obviously stop their own loss streak, stop the Stars win streak, and now the table makes for much kinder reading, sitting only 4 points behind mid-table, and definitely looking to progress. But the importance of that win cannot be understated, and just how pivotal it can be as a turning point for the season, for the rest of the first round, moving into the second round robin, giving the confidence for the Storm, playing away, at home, and beginning to really, really shift that narrative and move up from their current position on the table.
Yeah, it definitely feels good. Like hard work. I've been grinding the boys, and the boys been chipping in everything they could, and they went out there and they chucked their bodies on the line. Like, I can't commend them enough. They gave it everything, and I feel like it's been truly deserved. I know it's been long waited, but hopefully the momentum comes, and we just keep going again, and we rock up to training, and the boys just keep playing for each other. And once they start playing for each other, we're going to look very like a strong team.
It was actually, honestly, I knew that, this week was going to be big for us. We needed that win, and I'm really, really, really happy, and I'm really proud of the boys for working really hard to get that win. And leading up to this, I spoke to the boys like, Tuesday and Thursday, and this morning as well. I was like, we can't be just, we can't be losing like 6 or 7 games in a row. And the fact that, that we implement those sort of play week in, week out, and it shows that today I was really, really happy with the result that we got. And finally, I got the first goal. I play as a striker. Yep. And next position is going to be a keeper. That's for sure, man. I'm everywhere this season, but I'm really, really happy. I'm really, really happy to get a goal for the club, for the team, and for the coaches. And now we're going to go again for next week. This week is done. We got our result. We got out of it. Next week, we're going to focus on next week. We don't worry about, 2 or 3 weeks' time yet, but one game at a time, step by step, and we're going to get a win again. Thank you.
Look, as I had mentioned, I think the boys will work hard and get the result, which they did. For 90 minutes, they worked their asses off, and they really proved to themselves and to everyone that they're a team to be reckoned with. Hopefully we can stay consistent from here, and we'll see what happens.
Moving into this week's game, the squad takes on Lara away from home. Lara, who currently sits 12th in last place, haven't won a game, but obviously playing away from home in different conditions. Lara's one of the regional teams in the league, with a very, very large pitch. They play a different style of football. So it'll be really interesting to see how the squad matches up. I think the expectations around the squad definitely was this won't be an easy game. There'll be a lot of factors that might go against the Storm. Just even specifically something small like the travel time. There are a lot of things that can go another team's way playing away from home. Obviously, the squad also hasn't won away from home, which is really, really a lot of motivation to correct it, win this game, pick up 2 wins on the bounce, and really start building for the rest of the season. And while the squad is aware that Lara hasn't won a game yet, sitting in last place, you can't let that manifest itself into cockiness or overconfidence, because that's when that kind of confidence will hurt a team, especially if they take a result for granted. And the position the squad is in to recover their season and build some good form, I don't think they're taking any game for granted, and that's kind of what Coach Rex echoed as well. Have a listen.
Yeah, against Lara, they may be bottom, but we don't take any team for granted. We go out and we play our football. My job at the end of the day is get the boys together and we keep battling. We're not going to take it for easy. We're going to respect our opponents, and we're just going to go out there and just keep grinding and just play our football. Again, the boys are going to work hard and we're going to push them double time, even though we're against Lara. It doesn't matter. We need to get our momentum going.
Expectations for the game are obviously a Storm win. Playing against bottom, it's really important to separate from the bottom of the table, and this is a perfect game to do it. Winning this, you get 9 points, and that would really start to cement the Storm as a mid-table team at least, and give them the potential to start climbing the standings. The remaining fixtures in the first round, the Storm plays Lara first, then Melbourne City, who currently is sitting in 9th, and Bendigo from last season, who are sitting in 6th at the minute. So all extremely winnable games, and if those are all turned into wins, that's closing out round 1 with 4 wins on the bounce, which would be a huge confidence booster for the squad going into the second round of. While potentially the league title might be out of sight, definitely a strong finish in round 2 in the second round robin is 100% achievable for the squad and the amount of talent they have and the football they're playing, and it all comes down to confidence and self-belief. And finishing the first round, going into that first bye, the third week of June, would be extremely positive if that's a couple results on the bounce together. And that all starts with Lara. Despite whether they've been in good form, bad form, winning that game is really pivotal to cementing the belief in the squad and the confidence in the squad that the squad can go on a huge run and win as many games as possible. And it all starts away from home at Lara. Around the club, obviously, junior season is still kicking completely. It's been great to see all the home turnouts. If you can make it down to the ground, if you can help out, volunteer on the home days, it would be a huge help, whether that's in the canteen or as a marshal or reffing. Any kind of small help really goes a long way for the club. And yeah, definitely come check out. It's a beautiful atmosphere on Sundays. The home games on Saturdays for the seniors are great as well, but really exciting. The season's in full flow, and it's great to see everyone really taking initiative, getting involved, and really just helping progress the club. So, yep, in recap, this weekend, the squad takes on Lara away from home. Huge game, 1 p.m. kickoff, 3 p.m. For reserves. 3 p.m. for seniors, 1 p.m. for reserves. And there'll be a bunch of junior games on Sunday. So if you can't make it to Lara or the Sunday home junior games, check out all the content around this weekend. We'll see you.